My name is Naya. I'm a content creator that focuses on self-care, relationships, love, fashion, and motherhood. So if that sounds like you, give me a follow. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Let's talk about first trimester pregnancy symptoms. So first trimester pregnancy symptoms really can be all over the place. Like, you could either have the easiest symptoms in the world or none at all, or you could have the worst of them and get hit by a bus, like some of us. So I'm going to talk about what I went through and what my symptoms were and what I experienced in my first trimester. I experienced 7 main symptoms. Number 1 for sure was nausea, but I didn't have any vomiting. Number 2, hunger pains. Number 3, gas. Number 4, sensitivity to smell. Number 5, sore boobs. Number 6, aches and pains or cramping. And number 7, extreme fatigue. So for me, morning sickness and nausea, well, first of all, what they don't tell you is morning sickness is not in the morning. Morning sickness is all day sickness. It can happen at any time of the day. But for me, the nausea that came with it, I didn't have any vomiting. I just would get really, really nauseous. But it went hand in hand with hunger pains. So the moment that I got a hunger pain, if I didn't eat within the next 10 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes, it was very quick. It was like 0 to 100 real quick. If I didn't eat within the next 5 minutes of feeling that random hunger pain, then it quickly turns into nausea. So I was not prepared for that, but I got prepared very quickly. So I always ended up having like snacks on deck to try to compound that and, not have that issue of having nausea shortly after being hungry. But the thing with the hunger pains is that it would just come on randomly. Like, I would just be chilling, like on your day-to-day, like without being pregnant. Hunger is gradual, right? You'll feel like a little hunger and then it'll gradually increase, gradually. But within pregnancy, first trimester, the moment that I felt a hunger pain, it would like hit you like hard. Like, it went from being like a little hungry and then like 1 minute later being extremely hungry, and then after that it's like, you didn't feed me, so now I'm nauseous. It's intense. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty intense. But then again, that was my experience. That might not be yours. It might not be everybody's. So you don't know what you're gonna get until you have your pregnancy, and every pregnancy is different. So that might not be all the pregnancies that you have. So yeah. So I also want to dive a little bit deeper into the fatigue portion, because that was pretty extreme for me as well. Like, oh my gosh, I did not feel prepared. The fatigue is like the type of fatigue where you really can't even get enough sleep to feel better. Like, it's kind of like when you have a flu. Honestly, I would compare the first trimester to having the flu or having like a really bad cold, because you're achy, you're extremely tired, but no matter how much you sleep, no matter how much you rest, you never feel not tired. You could take a nap and not feel like refreshed after the nap. You're like feeling sick. It just feels like a pretty bad cold for the first trimester. And that's a long time to have a cold. But luckily, you kind of start off the first trimester a little bit deeper. Like, for example, like, you don't really start feeling symptoms as hard until maybe like about 6 weeks. So you're already a little bit through the first trimester before you start experiencing it. So it is technically the shortest trimester, but it is the most intense. And once you get past it, it's like, okay, it gets a little bit better, in my opinion. But it's like, you got to buckle down and bunker through that first trimester, because it is intense. It is. Some of my unexpected symptoms was sensitivity to smell. Like, I experienced that. That was my very first pregnancy symptom. I experienced it within maybe a week or so of conceiving, very, very early on in my pregnancy, before I even got a positive pregnancy test. Like, I knew I was pregnant already because of my sensitivity to smell and the nausea that would come from the sensitivity to smell. But the way that I describe it is like I could smell in 3D. Like, someone could be walking past me and I could smell their hair care products, their deodorant, maybe the spray, the perfume. Like, anyone that was walking past, it was just like their scent was intensified. Everything was just like you just smelling color. It was super weird. Like, I felt like if I could compare anything to being like the nose of a dog, that was the closest I've ever come to experiencing anything like that. Like, I was like, this must feel like what a dog feels like when they can smell all the things from far, far away. That's what I felt like. It was very, very weird. And I don't know if anybody ever described it like that to me before. Like, I never really understood that. Another thing that I didn't really understand, well, maybe I didn't really like think it was going to be as intense, was the sore boobs. Like, I knew they were going to be sore, and I, anticipated that, but the soreness was like you didn't want anything touching them. So if your clothes were too tight, you wanted something loose that wasn't going to be like, you didn't even want anything like brushing up against them. Like, it just feels very uncomfortable and very like tender and very sensitive. So it's like you're taking care of them, like you're babying them, like you just, it's like don't touch. They were very, very sensitive. So I definitely wore a lot of looser clothes during that time, which was nice because it was fall time, so it made it easy anyway. But yeah, very sensitive boobs. Another thing that was weird was like aches and pains, like kind of like the flu. Like, you're a little bit achy, like all over. Your legs are achy, your arms, like you just kind of feel like muscle soreness. But then I had cramping sensation in, like, I guess in my uterus as well, maybe from things kind of building and being put together, or things expanding and preparing for baby. I don't know. But I felt very crampy. So it was just like a lot of pain and discomfort, like you're getting over a flu. That's the only thing I can compare it to. It's like, it really just feels like you're sick. Honestly, it sucks. Another symptom that was completely unexpected was gas. Like, no one ever talks about that one. I guess most people are embarrassed, but it is a part of pregnancy, and that is no joke. Like, you be trying to escort yourself out the room after you let one loose. That's the type of gas that you have in early pregnancy. I'm not gonna lie. It is early pregnancy gas. You're gonna be clearing rooms like Pumbaa. The way I coped with most of these symptoms, really, I just slept and ate. I kept food on me at all times, always kept a snack nearby. Anytime I left the house, always grabbed a snack out the cabinet, always kept snacks in my car, always kept snacks in my purse. If there was any time that I just had this extreme nausea come over me, I try to combat it with a snack. So I always kept snacks, and snacks that I liked, because at that time I realized that bland things were winners for me. So bread and like things that didn't have a whole lot of flavor, because sometimes those added flavors would trigger my nausea even more. So, or you might not like the snack because your taste buds kind of shift and change or whatever. So it might take a while to figure out what snacks you like and what foods you like, but keeping snacks on deck that you can tolerate and that you do like. I kept a good prenatal, so I had to go through a couple prenatals to figure out which ones I could get down and stay down. I didn't have an issue with vomiting, but like sometimes taking those prenatals does make you a little bit nauseous, so finding a good one. The one that I liked is called Vitamin Code Prenatal. Let me see. I'll link it. I can't remember the exact name. I think it's raw vitamin code. It's like an all natural, and also has like probiotics in it as well. And I love those down. They have all the ingredients that you need to build a healthy baby. But yeah, so I slept. When I was tired, I took naps. Like, don't try to overwork yourself. If your body is telling you you're tired, sleep. If you can get a nap in during your lunch break, if you're working, sleep. Prioritize that sleep, because your body is working overtime to build your baby, and you need to allow it time and the energy to do what it needs to do, and it's going to use a lot of that energy to do just that. So don't take away that energy by trying to ignore it, because you will end up falling asleep. I've fallen asleep at work a couple times, I'm not gonna lie. You can't help it. Like, your body is just like, I'm tired, let's go, we're going to sleep right now, and you just uncontrollably just like nod off. But yeah, so I think I just coped by having snacks, taking naps. My husband helped out a lot by helping me meal prep. He was the sweetest. You know, women are the ones going through the physical work, so if you can have someone that supports you outside of, you know, you just doing all of the things yourself, that is very helpful. Like, if you get your mom, your parents, husband, partner, whoever, to just kind of help out where they can, that is also a way that I coped, because that helped. I would wake up, grab my lunch, go to work, eat my breakfast, eat my lunch, come back, have a couple snacks in between, and I'd be set for the day. So it was good. I know this kind of sounds like a horror story, but it's really not that bad. I promise. Like, you will get through it. It's only a couple weeks. You start out at 6 weeks. So if you think about it, you only have 6 more weeks to go before you're over that hump, because once you get to 13, 14, 15 weeks, that nausea is supposed to level out, which it did for me. And you start feeling kind of normal again once you hit the second trimester. So this is not a horror story. It's just kind of like a prepare yourself, and, you know, just so that you know, and you kind of know what to expect, so you're not like hit in the face by all of these scary symptoms. But like, don't be afraid. You got this. You're strong. Your body was made to do this. We are women. We can do anything. We're powerful. We got this.